with Dylan Raiola being the heavy favorite to be the starting quarterback for Nebraska as a true freshman. We're going to dive into some more film of him today, some unseen footage from some of his games in high school, and of course, we're going to dive into the good, the bad, but most importantly, the stuff that we are super excited to see for the next 3 to 4 years as a Nebraska Cornhusker. So real quick, if you like the content, please hit the like button on this video. It really helps me out, along with subscribing to the channel. Throughout 2024, we have already made 45 plus videos talking about Nebraska football, almost a video every single day. So you don't want to miss out on anything more like that. Please hit that subscribe button. It's completely free and it helps me out. But without further ado, let's get into it talking about Dylan Raiola. All right, let's start it off. So this is one of the games Dylan Raiola played in as a senior at Buford High School. Again, I've not watched this. So without further ado, let's start off, guys. And again, I figured we'd make another video about Dylan Raiola. He's the storyline all offseason for Nebraska, so I definitely want to watch some more of him. But again, nice pass right there. We'll watch that real quick. Again, you see a lot of this in Buford's offense. Just a quick slant. Finds the gap in the zone. Nice job. And real quick, when you're watching Dylan Raiola, I want you to watch a couple things that he's doing. One, his progressions. Does he find the third, fourth guy in the play call? Watch his eyes. Second thing, watch his backpedaling, his footwork. And then 3, it's just that raw ability, that technique, the stuff that makes him super special as a 5-star. So watch out for those 3 things. I'm going to be commenting on them as the video goes on. So again, one of those quick dropbacks. Finds KJ Bolden, another 5-star, Georgia commit. Play action. And one thing that I love about Dylan Raiola is that he just plays so seamless. Everything's so quick to him. The game slows down easily for him. You know, he looks like he's having fun out there. Looks like it's too easy. A little bit underthrown there on the touchdown pass to KJ, but we'll go and watch that once again. Okay, quick drop back. First eye was over here as a slant. Decides to go for his second progression. A little bit underthrown, but again, KJ Bolden is as good of a high school receiver as there is, and he makes him pay. So another play fake. Again, nice job to sense the pressure. This is something we've already talked about when it comes to Dylan Raiola, but he does a phenomenal job with his eyes, with his feet, to sense the pressure and make a good call on where to go, breaking toward the sideline on this one. But again, watch his eyes. Sees that there's someone coming right at him. He can't step up. He has to roll to the right. And looking for somebody. And then wisely says, hey, nobody's open. I'm not going to force a pass. I'm just going to run out of bounds for a gain of about 2. Another quick pass. Got nothing to write home about. And man, he's going to take this to the house. I'm telling you, that Buford offense, super fun to watch. There's playmakers everywhere, not just Dylan Raiola, not just KJ Bolden. All right, so that was the first little game. We're going to go into the second game. All right, here's the second game. And real quick, I want to shout out Georgia Bulldogs Football on YouTube. I linked their channel in the description below. I pulled some of these clips from his channel. So again, please subscribe to them. Thank them for these. So again, at Buford High, another game this season. Love that play concept. Beautiful pass by Dylan. Of course, we're going to give that a second look. So you see the motion man. Does a nice job rolling to right. And basically, again, slings that backwards sidearm off his back foot. Floats it up to him. Just beautiful. And guess who? KJ Bolden. Just another play fake. Plenty of time in the pocket. Look at that ball. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Great. First off, that's a better catch than it was a throw. But we'll go back to it. And I'm actually going to slow this down. Just so we can watch Dylan Raiola's eyes a little better and what he's doing here. So we're going to play fake. Good back pedal. And he's basically watching him the entire route. So that must have been his first progression. This is a little bit underthrown. You had 2 guys going on a deep post, but the wide receiver makes a great adjustment to basically catch that one in the air, move back a couple yards to track that one and bring it down. But yeah, we're going to watch these a little bit more slowed down for the rest of the video. Beautiful job. Again in the pocket. Underthrown, but honestly, if you threw that the way it should have been thrown, it probably would have been picked off. So that was a good play by Dylan. But again, watch his footwork. You see I'll turn it back a little bit here. Another fake. Picks up the blitz. He sees somebody's coming right toward him. Just makes a quick shift over to the left. Makes room for himself. Gets off the throw amid the contact. Again, kind of was a wobbler, but it got there, man. And one thing I've just talked about when it comes to Dylan Raiola that I'm super impressed with is his pocket presence. You do not see that in high school football. I cannot tell you how rare it is to have such a good feel of the pocket to make the right decision. And a lot of times when there is a quarterback in high school football who's being blitzed or sees pressure, oftentimes instead of sticking it out and making a throw beneath the contact, they usually just run. They run left to the right and try to run, make a play. But not only does Dylan not do that, but he steps up in the pocket from time to time. And that's something that I know quarterback coaches love. You just got to battle it out sometimes rather than booking it every time one guy goes loose. So bad snap. Again, what it was I just talking about. Steps up in the pocket amid the contact, falling down even. No way this gets there, right? Magician. Again, bad block here on the edge. He steps up in the pocket. He senses the pressure, steps up, has great vision. Again, this guy almost brings him down. This is a phenomenal play by the edge rusher. And Dylan, with 1 foot on the ground, somehow slings that 30 yards in the air. And that guy comes down with it. I mean, that's a play only Dylan Raiola can make. That should get you fired up as a fan right there. Man. So another shotgun. And quick pass, nothing to write home about. And one thing that I want to watch a little bit, especially at Nebraska, is that he does not have much experience under center. I know that Marcus Satterfield and Matt Rule like to go under center from time to time. It'll be interesting to see how he gets accustomed to that. If Matt Rule even changes the playbook up and decides, hey, we're not going to even do that. We're just going to go shotgun because that works best with Dylan Raiola and his capabilities. I mean, I can't get over it, man. I can't get over how great of a quarterback he is in the pocket, making a couple guys miss. That's incredible. That's incredible. I mean, that deserves a second look. Okay, so this play right here. Again, fake screen over the right-hand side, senses the pressure, rolls left like he needs to. Spin cycle. Are you kidding me? Makes the guy fall to the ground like he's playing running back. Makes another quick cut move. Finds a guy wide open along the right-hand side of the field. That's special. That's special talent. I mean, he's having fun out there. There's backyard football for him. Again, and this isn't some bum team he's playing against. This is the top-notch talent in Georgia high school football. There are quality players on the other side. Very quality players. And KJ Bolden, really good player there. Nice play. So heavy set here in shotgun. Play fake again. Okay, nice job. Watch his eyes. Not sure. This might have been an RPO. But you see his eyes. He pulls it back. Yep, nice cut. I wish I knew if that was an RPO or just a traditional play action, but that was a nice play. And this is one of these looks that you're going to see a lot with Nebraska's offense. So, again, you have a running back right here. You have a tight end, and you have another tight end. That's something Nebraska really likes to go back to in that shotgun formation. More of that heavy set. Anytime now. Let's snap the football. There we go. So another play fake. Watch his eyes. Looks like the first progression. Yep. And they just put in this clip, I guess, of KJ Bolden here. So, again, this is Georgia Bulldogs football. And, man, he's a really good player. We'll skip past it, though. So, that was another game from his high school career. Now let's get into some of his throwing highlights at Elite 11. All right, so this is Elite 11. If you're not familiar with what it is, it's basically all the top talent, all the top quarterbacks in the country go and compete, and they crown the Elite 11 top quarterback. Dylan Raiola, I think, was the second-ranked quarterback in this event, but basically it's just throwing drills. He's throwing to some of the best receivers in the country. There's not too much we can take from this, basically just accuracy and the zip on that football, but I figured I'd throw it in here just because it is beneficial. So nice dime there, right around the sideline, 50 yards. And we'll just watch these full speed. Great footwork again, basically simulating fake progressions. And again, what they do here, again, if you're not familiar with what this drill is, they have him drop back, look to the left, first progression. There's nobody there in real life, but he's simulating like it is. Second progression over the middle of the field, and then he goes to his third progression. And just basically just simulating what would actually happen. Nice job. Nice pass. It was a better catch. A little bit late on the throw. He kind of had to go back and catch that, but pretty good to high point it. But something that I just love about Dylan Raiola is I could watch these highlights all day. His throwing motion is so seamless. It's so seamless. He's one of those guys where he could throw it 50 yards, 60 yards down the field, and it looks so easy. Again, he's barely trying. That's that type of player, right? And that tells you basically how talented he is. I'll just talk over some of these highlights as we watch, but it feels good to just have a traditional throw-it-first quarterback at the helm for the Cornhuskers. When was the last time we could say that? Again, we're talking about a team that had Jeff Sims as the offseason quarterback one, who obviously we know is not a traditional throw of the football. We had Heinrich Harburg, who was not a traditional throw of the football. We had Adrian Martinez, of course, who was not. Luke McCaffrey, who was not. So on and so forth. But not only does it feel good to have a traditional guy who is a pass-first quarterback, it feels good to have a player who's as talented as Dylan Raiola. We have not had a quarterback this talented in my lifetime. Again, I'm almost 18 years old, turning 18 this week, actually. We have not had a quarterback this talented in my lifetime. Probably not in your lifetime either. I remember when I talked about Dylan Raiola when he committed, this was basically our Tommy Frazier moment. When Tommy Frazier committed, he was one of the best recruits in the country, and everybody knew he's the next guy. He's the next guy who's going to be a legend at Nebraska. That's what Dylan Raiola is. So let's talk about my takes from the video next. All right, that was Dylan Raiola. We looked over 2 high school games along with his Elite 11 performance. Now let's talk about what he did, starting off with the pros. I mean, just from a throwing the ball standpoint, it's as good as it possibly gets. He can throw 40, 50, 60 yards down the field with relative ease. The accuracy is phenomenal. Again, he just makes some circus throws from time to time. We saw in the film today that he basically had one leg on the ground. He's being pulled down by an edge rusher, and he still lofted it up 30 yards to make a completion. That's some Patrick Mahomes type stuff where you rarely see that from any quarterback, period. That's how good Dylan Raiola is, folks. From an IQ perspective, it's uncanny. It is uncanny. He goes through his progressions at a high rate. His pocket awareness is phenomenal. He steps up at the right times. He senses pressure well. His footwork is really good. So, wow. I was just really impressive. More of the same. And that's stuff that translates immediately for Nebraska. It's not really something that needs to be worked on. As for stuff, the few cons in his game, there's not much. We really didn't see any today. I would say from watching some of his other film in my other videos about him, he needs to work on like one thing. And sometimes he's trying to make a play, he's trying to make something big happen. He shakes off a defender and just lofts it up in the air trying to find a receiver. And oftentimes that'll get picked off at the Big Ten level. Sometimes as well, he's trying to make a play and he runs for a first down and he gets hit. He needs to learn how to slide. That's not a con that's unique to him. A lot of times high school quarterbacks just never slide, and he needs to learn how to do that because a lot of times, again, when you're playing against Power 5 college football, linebackers, they're gonna hit you, and they're gonna hit you hard. And a lot of times you do not want to be in the other end of that, especially as an opposing quarterback. But let's answer the question, folks. Is he generational? Yes, Dylan Raiola is a generational quarterback. He's the best quarterback in this class by far. He's the best quarterback we've seen in the last 5 years. Really, he's the best quarterback prospect we have seen since Trevor Lawrence, which was, 5, 6, 7 years ago. He is that good. He is that good. Everything he does is at a high level. Just such a naturally talented player. And real quick, I want to talk about On3. On3 is a recruiting site who bumped Dylan Raiola down to a 4-star. Not only did they bump him down to a 4-star, they bumped him down to about the 70th best player in the country. It's bullcrap is what it is. I mean, excuse my language, but that was terrible. That was terrible by On3. They should be ashamed of themselves. A lot of times they're just trying to get clicks. It makes no sense. It's actually just poor journalism at that point. I feel bad for Dylan Raiola. I'm not a big, believer in stars anyways. I don't think they really matter. Again, it doesn't impact anything, but it's just embarrassing at that point. You're lying to get clicks. The fact they bumped down to 4 stars, absolutely ridiculous. But luckily, every other recruiting site has him as a top 5 player in the class of 2024, which is, again, the right call. He's the number 1 player. Let's get over with it. He's the number 1. In the Wilson-Dittman poll, Dylan Raiola is the number 1 player in the country. There we go. But, of course, everybody, if you like the content, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more Nebraska or film breakdowns like this. But go Big Red, go Matt Rule, and see you in the next one.